Scarpins Avenue.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Sklar Country, the virus edition, aka the Pandy Pods,
AKA two nice guys, lots of questions why.
Yeah, aka two Jews, no harm and killabrews,
AKA one egg, four legs.
aka two Jews, no rod carouse, aka relax your brow from the blue because that's how we do, aka informing a slew of hot stench. You got benched. Thank you, Mr. Huddletron, a.k.a. Mike Huddleston, a.k.a.
Huddlestein,
a.k.a. Huddleberg, a.k.a. Hudaman, a.k.a. Old Zealand, a.k.a. the a.k.a. guy.
All right.
Love you, buddy. Thanks
you.
for doing what you do. We are recording this on Monday. It is dropping on Tuesday. Obviously, what we recorded last week that landed had made no mention of the fact that the president got coronavirus.
Isn't that interesting?
The guy who was flouting how literally all no mask, gather together.
Made fun of a guy in a debate for wearing a big mask all the time.
Yeah, that's so funny. And then you got it. You got it. You got. Now, it was a mild strain. We'll see how difficult it is.
Sure, it'll be fine.
Nobody is giving out any information. He leaves the hospital early, but that is the ultimate and just dozens of people from his sphere and his orbit get it too. It's Schadenfreude on another level.
You make fun of it. You say it's nothing. It's going to get you.
RBG operating from the great beyond.
We don't know.
Started chanting, fill his seat. Fill his seat. Fill his seat. That's the way it goes, dummy. That's what happens. You can't also tweet out, don't fear coronavirus, because you had the greatest medical attention ever that regular people, 210,000 people died because they couldn't, did not have the access that you had to the greatest doctors in the world. So don't fear it. That, to me, everything about this Joker can be summed up in the way people are like, is there social distancing at your rallies? And he's like, I'm far away from people from the stage. We're not asking about you.
We're not only talking about you.
We're not talking about you.
So it only matters now to
Exactly.
him because it happened to him.
Right.
Otherwise, it didn't exist.
That is absolutely
now.
right. So
That's some bullshit.
we'll see what happens.
And the world fought and the universe fought back.
And the universe may still continue to fight back. We'll monitor the situation. In the meantime, we got stories. We're going to get into them right now. If you thought to yourself that during all of this downtime, this pandemic, the rough ride that we as a world have gone through, if you thought that Taco Bell was going to sit down on its laurels, on its laurelitos, and just fart away this pandemic, that
You are sorely mistaken, people.
they are going to expand their empire. They're going to reach to new markets and start to cultivate an air of class, dare I say,
Okay.
that you'd never see from those a-holes down at Del Taco.
Down at Del Taco Corporate, which, by the way, is just a minivan.
Right. Now, the next story is going to come at you fast and hard, just like the vomit comes out
Or
of
the
you.
feeling you get when you need to go to the bathroom after going to Taco
10
Bell.
tacos in a drunken stupor. We've talked about it. That was basically what we drink. That's what we'd eat after a high school party where we drank alcohol that we shouldn't have had.
Yeah. And now that our kids are in high school, I can't even imagine it.
Here we go. Taco Bell may be in the midst of a makeover of its menu, they say. What the hell does that mean?
And why? What does it mean and why?
Who went
Randy?
into Taco Bell? What people walk into Taco Bell and say, I'd eat here, but only if they'd give the menu a good makeover.
No. People know what they're getting when they walk into Taco Bell.
It's like walking into the Bunny Ranch and saying, you know what? I would have sex with these women if they all had PhDs.
Or if they were just a little bit if they listened to Terry Gross on NPR a lot, we could talk about that.
If they could get into the deep philosophies of affirmative action in the Indian caste system versus affirmative action in the United States, we could have that debate. Then I'd let them
We
ball.
could discuss a Jim Jarmusch movie.
At length in terms of thematic
Struggles
and the pacing of the movie.
motifs and pacing. If we could talk about those things,
Then I'd let her give me a
otherwise,
blowjob.
what is this? I mean, I'm at the Bunny Ranch. I'm
No.
expecting something.
You know what you're getting at Taco Bell. A sloppy mess that'll probably give you something you don't want for a while. It's
Right.
just like the Bunny Ranch.
You might enjoy it in the moment,
Yes.
but it's going to come back to haunt you down the road.
And you're always going to enjoy it more if you're messed up. This is just like the Bunny Ranch.
But here they go.
But the fast
Taco
food
Bell.
chain is coming out with a new item as well to celebrate the release of the toasted cheesy chalupa in Canada. Who knew that Taco Bell would have such a reach up north?
Let's take our Mexican food cues from Canada.
So to celebrate the release of the toasted cheesy chalupa in Canada, Taco Bell is also selling a custom-made wine designed to pair with the chalupa, according to Forbes.
Forbes magazine.
Listen to what I just
Forbes
said.
should not be reporting on this.
Where is the Taco Bell vineyard?
In the parking lot, just past the drive-thru.
In a construction site at a combination Pizza Hut and Taco Bell?
I'm at a Pizza Hut.
I'm at a Taco Bell.
I'm at a combination Pizza Hut and Taco Bell.
All their wine has to be made in a trash can. Am I right?
Das racist? I
Yeah.
think that was
All of their wine.
It's toilet wine. It's toilet wine.
It has to be jailhouse toilet wine. Am I right?
Yes.
By the way, this is the first time Taco Bell, like Jay said, ever mentioned in Forbes magazine, and it will be
and
last.
it'll never be mentioned again unless
Why-
someone buys it and dumps it.
Wine at Taco Bell is like cocaine at Carl's Jr. You just don't expect to see those two high-low things mashed together.
Don't bother me. I'm doing
sniffing.
lines.
Known as Jalapeno Noir, the wine was created at the Queenstown Mile Vineyard in Ontario, Canada.
Jalapeno Noir is the name of any number of drag queens who also work at Taco
That's
Bell.
right. I think we can come up with better names for Taco Bell's signature wine. Well, Jalapeno Noir is hilarious.
It's pretty good.
I say Picante Grigio,
Loose Stool Cabernet.
Chardonnay. Come on. Merlot Self-Esteem.
I love that one. I love it.
In a release announcing the wine, the company says chalupa pairs perfectly with the wine. That is a phrase that's never been uttered and should never be uttered. The chalupa pairs perfectly with. That's a phrase that should never be.
You know what pairs well with Taco Bell wine? Laying down and throwing up.
Okay, the chalupa pairs perfectly is just so ridiculous. Unless you say the chalupa pairs perfectly with crying in the shower after you eat it.
Yes.
That's what it pairs with.
That's
If you
what
want
it pairs
to,
with.
if you want to get real
Yeah.
talk, here we go. Chalupa pairs perfectly with a tall glass of regret.
The chalupa pairs perfectly with an inability to gain and maintain an erection.
There you go. The chalupa pairs perfectly with your single lifestyle.
The chalupa pairs perfectly with loneliness.
Yeah.
That's
the
what it
chalupa pairs perfectly with the last conversations that you had with your mom.
Yeah. The chalupa pairs perfectly with texting and waiting for someone to respond.
That's right. Seeing three dots. But the last conversations with your mom are exactly like a chalupa. They felt real until you got into the meat of them and you're like, hang on a second.
What is this? What are we doing?
You realized how fake everything was. Because it complements notes of wild strawberry, cherry, and beetroot in the silky limited edition red wine. Notes of strawberry? Is that good?
Well,
I don't know if that's something you want in a
that's
wine.
something from Boone's Farm.
Okay, so if that's something you don't want in a wine, you want it in a wine cooler. Let's
Correct.
make the distinction
Let's
here.
make the distinction. And
Now,
also,
if Taco Bell started developing their own wine coolers, now I'm on board.
are
Those
these
would take off.
organically grown strawberries from a farm? No, they're wild strawberries. Okay. I'm detesting notes of wild strawberries. These are strawberries that can't be contained.
If Taco Bell said we developed our own line of Mad Dog 2020, you'd be like, I'm in.
Yes, there
It's
you
got to
go.
be good. Hey, we have our own line of Zimas. If Taco Bell said that, this chimichanga pairs perfectly with our house-made watermelon Zima.
Claw Blanca.
There you go.
Give me the Claw Blanca.
The chalupa recently hit Taco Bell menus across Canada and will be on menus in the United States in November. However, the Bell did not say if the wine would be available in the U.S. Can you imagine, Jay, adding alcohol to an already drunken situation?
That's like pouring beer onto a guy who's doing shots
Of Patron.
of Patron.
Or water onto a gas fire. Or gas into the mouth of a man doing shots of Patron.
Or gas on a man who's on fire.
Yeah, who doesn't realize he's on fire and doesn't feel the pain of being on fire. These are all things that happen regularly at Taco Bell at 2 a.m.
And you want to add wine to that mix?
So what? Taco Bell is now going to be an after-bar situation too? Is that what's going on? 4 a.m. People just losing their minds and a pimply-faced 15-year-old in a visor
Who has no power to
No
fight
control.
the
It's a-
tidal wave
says,
of drunkenness.
all right, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
Can't do that.
Wine and cheese are simply meant to be together. They go on. This is Taco Bell talking.
Oh, boy.
So launching the new wine to go with the craveable, cheddary, toasted, cheesy chalupa. Made perfect sense, said Kat Garcia, Taco Bell's director.
Guarantee you Kat's last name was not Garcia.
No.
She changed it.
Yeah. Taco Bell's director of brand marketing statement. To whom? Who does it make sense to? Who?
Who, Cat?
Were
Who?
you drunk when you came up with this, Cat, at 2 a.m. stumbling into a Taco Bell with your girls?
How's the Taco Bell house caviar? That's what
I don't know. It goes great with their gordita, I hear.
Does it?
Just sprinkle a little caviar on top of the gordita. Quote, at Taco Bell Canada, we love to raise our glass to big, bold ideas that elevate our menu items. And pairing our toasted cheesy chalupa with this jalapeno noir is no exception.
Honestly, like Taco Bell getting into wine would be like Taco Bell getting into furniture.
Or Taco Bell getting into real meat.
Or Taco Bell getting into like therapy.
I do like the fact that Taco Bell is taking a big swing there. I will say, as much as we're making fun of this, I kind of like that they're taking a big swing. Not swig, swing.
Swig
and the fact that they're doing it in a pandemic means like they're going on the offensive.
Well, this is true. I mean, when you think about restaurants that have gone down, it's not fast food restaurants. Things you can drive through, they're doing great right now.
They're doing great. But I will tell you this. I would trust a COVID vaccine that got rushed to the public in October more than I would trust the jalapeno noir.
The wine at Taco Bell.
At Taco Bell. Jalapeno noir to me sounds like a dark genre of Mexican cinema, doesn't it?
Yes,
the murder always takes place at
a Taco Bell at 3 a.m.
Yo quiero más vino.
Oh, God.
Bottles?
Can you imagine how people are going to be like out and they're going to be going to someone's house and like, we forgot to get a bottle of wine. Just swing by Taco Bell.
And swing by the bell. Grab me a couple of chalupas and then boom, we're good. A couple of bottles of wine, just for people who know. Retail for $25 Canadian and will be available in select stores and online at the Taco Bell website. You know how most people order Taco Bell off the website?
Yeah. Then also, is there a corkage fee when you go there?
3 different collector's edition labels will be available for those who want to complete their collection. I love that Taco Bell thinks that people are going to collect their bottles of wine.
Wine collectors. Let me make room in the cellar for these 3 collectible.
Let me make room in the break front. I want to display these collectible Taco Bell wine labels.
This is like
in your wine case. $25 Canadian is like what?
The hilarious scene in the movie Sideways was him drinking this unbelievable wine
in a fast food restaurant.
At a fast food restaurant. That was the joke.
You can't now take that and make that real. To me, what is $25 Canadian is what, like $6 American at this point?
Yeah.
And I don't know what the conversion rate is. I'm sorry, Canada. But how many ways can you basically shoot a Chihuahua for label art? You know what I mean? In a beret with tiny grapes in his paw. I'm trying to think of what are the collector labels. Do you know what I'm saying? What are the collector
little piece
labels?
Of cheese on a toothpick, like right in front of him.
There's 3 labels right there. We came up with it.
There you
beret, holding grapes, cheese
on a
there you
toothpick.
go. How about the Chihuahua mixing up the wine in a toilet?
That's
got a big plunger
and then drinking out of said toilet, the way dogs want to do.
It's all going to be in the toilet anyway in 15 minutes after you eat it.
The food will make sure of that.
From the toilet to the toilet. Taco Bell Pinot Noir, not Jalapeno Noir.
Jalapeno Noir, farm to toilet.
Toilet to toilet.
Toilet to toilet.
Dust to, it reminds us of who we are as people. Dust to dust. We start as dust, we end as dust. We start in the toilet, we end in the toilet. Taco Bell Jalapeno Noir.
That should be the commercial right there.
Taco Bell, the highs and the lows of an evening out on the town. I think, look, the fact that pivots are happening, this is amazing. Savor it. If any of you go to a Taco Bell and get the wine, if you're up in Canada, I want pictures of you with the wine.
Tweet it. We want proof.
Tweet at us.
Canadian
we want
friends.
Proof. Canadian proof. And that's our first story down in the books. When we come back, they've got a great one. We've got a great one about city council.
Homeowners Association.
I was going to say city council, but it's a homeowner situation.
It's a notch below, but the guy took liberties that he should have never taken.
What he did is ridiculous. You have to stick around and hear it. This is Sklar Country, the virus edition. Don't go anywhere. Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Tickets for the live Dumb People Town on November 7th are selling, and you're going to want to get it because we don't know what's going to happen on November 3rd. All we do know is that
my guess is we won't know the answer. And
you're going to be mad and tense and frustrated, and November 7th comes along, and boom, you've got a comedy show just to calm you so you can go back into the fight when it's done. Live, you go to eventbrite.com, look up Live Dumb People Town. You will find it there. Get your tickets. John Hamm, the band Tennis, Us and Dan headlines, my hat. It's going to be a blast.
So much fun. It's really honestly an hour and a half of going out in your own house.
There are only 5 more VIP post-show hang tickets available.
I think there's 35 more before the show.
35 more before the show, or 33 more before the show. Pre-show hangs. The pre-show and post-show hangs were so much fun. We really get to talk to you guys.
It's like a separate show, each one.
We get to talk to you guys and hang out, and I just love it so much. So get those. I know that
it's like Q&A. It's so much fun.
There might only be 50 general admission tickets left. So just go, get what you can. And group tickets, couples tickets, it's a blast. Eventbrite.com and look up Live Dumb Peopletown November 7th, John Hamm and the band Tennis. And then, of course, our YouTube page. We're putting up new stuff on there. We're going to start to post longer clips of our stand-up on Facebook. If you're not following us on the Sklar Brothers Facebook page, fan page, just sign up. We'd love to have you. Please be a part of the follow us on there.
Maybe we'll start posting, if you guys follow us on there, post up pictures on that page to show us if you've gone out and gotten the Taco Bell
Canadian wine and all that stuff. Any of this stuff.
It's a good way to build the community. We feel this community growing, and I love it because we've been consistent with this. It's gotten us through this really intense time.
Yeah.
We're not through it yet, so we're going to keep going. If
we're
you
like
guys
Trump.
will have
We're
us.
not out of the woods yet.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
so let's jump into this.
All right, this next story, it's a quickie, but it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's about the fake power.
Fake amount of power
That people think they have when they run like neighborhood watches
or city council. We've seen it on city council meetings.
But HOAs, homeowners associations, I mean, it's like they're meaningless people.
They're
all right?
powerless
Their lives
in the
are
world.
meaningless otherwise.
Like if someone told you they're the head of a homeowner association and it's not where you live, you're like, who cares?
I don't give a shit about you.
It's like being on student council.
Homeowners associations are like little fiefdoms.
Mhm.
It really goes back to the Middle Ages. When
This
you think
feels
about
like this little area, this
it.
neighborhood.
I am the
is mine.
king of this tiny little
All
castle.
that I can see.
Everything within these walls.
in 7 Pines.
Right. Therefore, I get to set the rules.
Mhm.
That of the all-important like height of the hedges of everybody's houses.
I am the Lord of lawn ornaments.
No one shall question my decrees.
When it comes to mailbox height.
Yes. Some serious, it's like old school boss hog, like
Yeah,
logic
this is
when you think
boss
about it.
hog action.
So you're in your little community, you enact rules that make you feel like they're laws and they make you feel like you're important.
And you start to feel your provincial royal power growing.
It grows
Yeah.
and it feeds itself. And as
Right.
we all know, absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Doesn't matter if it's the president or the leader of a homeowner association, and this is what we have here.
Titusville, Florida. We got to get
course it's
Titus.
Florida.
We got to
Yeah.
get Titus, Christopher Titus, on our podcast.
Let's
He'd
do
be
it.
great.
Christopher Titus has to have performed in Titusville, right?
I'm sure he has. Of
Or
course,
I
it's
feel like
Florida.
he should have a key to that city,
Yes.
right? Shouldn't he have that?
should be able to hand out punishments.
I want Titus to hand out a punishment on
For
this guy.
this guy. Okay. Heads of homeowner associations probably think they have the right to shoot people who walk on their lawns.
Or
I
for
feel
just
like in
wearing a
Florida-
hooded sweatshirt.
In
It is
Florida, yes.
It is
I feel
Florida.
like they do. All right.
Let's get into it.
Over the course of 3 years, a former homeowners association president stole $20,000 from the community
Wow.
that he served and used the money to expand his stamp collection to buy lawn equipment and do some other things, a medical procedure, according to the Titusville Police Department.
Lamest criminal ever. Right? You're going to
I'm
steal
fleecing these fools, right? To get one thing and one thing only,
to
bitch.
buy drugs?
No.
To buy hookers?
Better.
Weapons?
Stamps, bitch. Yeah, you lick it, you stick it. You like it? You like that?
By the way, lick it and stick it is like the grip it and rip it of petty crime.
What the fuck? What is this? Rolling 8 stamps deep on this motherfucking binder, bitch. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm the P. Diddy of postage.
P.
dog.
Diddy is such an
P.
old
Diddy,
reference.
old reference, and also wasn't that violent.
Wasn't that tough? What do you
Wasn't that
expect? It
tough?
kind of works here.
Collecting stamps, it's fair. Okay. Brett Rowe, 51 years old, 2 years older than us, basically.
I'm guessing he looks like he's 70.
Has 2 bad knees.
Yeah.
I bet he has American flag boxers
And 2 putters.
and type 2 diabetes.
That's right.
This dummy was named head of the HOA, president of the HOA of Shady Oaks.
Pine.
Shady Oaks Pine. Shady's in the name.
You got shady in the name. You knew something like this would go down.
In 2017, records show at the time there's about $21,000 in the HOA's Bank of America account.
In the Shady Oaks, it's shady, guys.
All right, 21,000, by the way, also feels to me like either too much money or too little money,
Yeah, it
right?
should either be 100,000 or nothing.
Right. What can you do with $21,000? I don't even think you can have a good bat mitzvah with $21,000.
Not with a good food truck.
You can't. Maybe you can rent a boat and then like take parasail. I don't know.
Maybe.
For
so that's what it had 3 years ago, right?
Police said $180 were left by the time Rowe left the position, and he refused to show other board members receipts and prove where the money had gone. Refused.
That's different than I don't have the receipts. Refused is I got them.
Hey man, no, I don't keep receipts. I'm sorry. I don't
That's
know
all you got to
I
say.
throw them away.
I'm not going to show you receipts. Is I've kept them for my own purposes, but you don't get to see them.
That's admitting guilt as far as
That's withholding.
When you refuse to show the receipts, that means you know you can't show them.
Refused. Not I don't have my loss.
Don't have them. That's somewhat of a gray area still. Refuse to show them. You caught.
Yeah.
This feels like a Coen Brothers movie.
It really does. They should like
Homeowners Association. Maybe that's what it is.
Debacle. That'd be
that's what it is. It'd be the most Coen Brothers movie ever,
but
right?
only if he ends up killing himself and his kids, and he ends up mailing his suicide note to the authorities,
and he uses one of his most expensive stamps on the letter. That to me,
I think you call it a simple man. Instead of a simple plan, a simple man.
A simple man? A simple stamp?
A stample man.
A stample man.
A stample plan.
Big Stampowski?
There you go. That'll work.
The new HOA president who contacted authorities on September 9th, never forget September 9th.
I will never.
And he was able to find proof that Rowe spent $2,000. This guy's doing sleuth work I've never seen.
It's unbelievable.
Able to find proof that Rowe spent $2,000 on medical expenses, made various ATM withdrawals, bought $1,000 in stamps for his collection, purchased chainsaws and lawn equipment, and made purchases at stores and restaurants.
Chainsaws?
As in multiple saws.
How many chainsaws do you need? For real, how many chainsaws do you need?
Is that how you're cutting your stamps? I don't know why you need that many chainsaws.
Maybe think about it getting into professional juggling.
Yeah, no one needs more than one chainsaw unless you work in landscaping or you are
a logger
or you're trying to become a professional juggler. That's the only reason.
$2,000 in medical expenses? Maybe it's because of the chainsaws. You dropped them on yourself, dummy. You only need one.
Penis enlargement, butt implants, hair plugs.
Those are the top three.
Those are the three.
And then I'm going to say chainsaw mishap.
Yeah. And what kind of other lawn equipment did he buy outside of the chainsaws?
I'm going to say weed whackers.
I'm going to say 6 to 9 weed whackers, 12 to 14 lawn jockeys.
This is the type of guy that would have lawn jockeys.
And he thinks that it's okay. And then the last thing I think he probably bought was the giant Bigfoot statue in the Sky Mall magazine.
Yeah. You're like, who buys that? This asshole.
Remember in the Sky Mall magazine, they had a side table that went on the side of a couch that doubled as a cage for your dog.
So you want to you're like, I want it to go with the decor in the room, but I also want it to be able
to trap an animal,
to imprison a pet.
Right. And nothing better. Let me put my drink down on something where an animal can jostle.
Let me put this red wine, this jalapeno noir on top of this thing so that the dog can rustle it when it gets out. Dumb idea.
All right. This guy, Rowe, was arrested at his home Thursday on charges of theft of over $5,000 and scheming to defraud.
Is that the ultimate insult, Jay? To get arrested
to a former homeowners association president
in your home? It's like, again, Schadenfreude.
Yes.
To discount the coronavirus and then to get it. To defraud your homeowners association and then get arrested in your house.
Right. And it's like he's wringing the hands he bought with these chainsaws right now.
That's right. That's right.
The fact they put scheming in there, I love that. It makes
more
it more sinister, right?
More calculating.
One chainsaw does not raise a red flag.
2 chainsaws, that's downright greedy.
That's getting greedy.
Now that's a red flag that just got raised.
But Randy, you made a great point, and I want to go back to this because I think this is really the point of this. This is an example set by the top of this country right now. The guy who's been in charge for 4 years.
It's trickle-down assholery.
That's trickle-down assholery. He's given low-level, locally elected officials, and it doesn't get any lower than the homeowners association.
But still, you are the president of the
But the class secretary of the senior class of a local public high school is just
slightly
close.
above. Yeah.
But Trump gives these guys and these gals an idea that they can abuse their power.
Yeah. Because it's just what you do when you get the power.
You get the power. You got it. Therefore, you abuse it.
And it's time for that to change.
So I say yes. Hooray that this person got called out. Hooray that this person got dragged out onto the carpet and all their multiple chainsaws and their stamp collections got thrown out there in the dirty laundry out there. Good. We got to fix it from the bottom up. We're doing our part.
from the home association up to the White House. We got to change this shit out. We got to make our elected officials public servants again.
That's right, because we the people. You work for we.
That
us,
concept is a
people.
distant memory right now, but it should be us. You work for us, we the people. Or
you're going to end up like, homeowner presidents everywhere with 14 lawn jockeys, 3 chainsaws, $1,000 worth of stamps telling you what you can and cannot do.
Meanwhile, you're not allowed to put like a basketball hoop up over your garage because it doesn't fit regulations. How about this guy?
I got news for you. If you got someone, I'm just going to say this. If you have someone in your life,
a regular idiot
who's not your wife or your kids or your family,
telling you what you can and can't do
to the house that you bought, that you're paying your good money to put the mortgage down, and you're investing all this money to make an investment for your family and have your life, and you got some other bozo telling what you can't do, you got to move.
Yeah.
There's no reason you need to be in that neighborhood anymore.
And you know what? You can stamp that concept and stamp it approved by the entire association of the Sklar brothers.
Boom.
That is a show. Guys, stay connected, stay protected, don't get infected. We love you.
Yes.
Wear masks. This is not a hoax.
But we've got the jokes.
We'll see you tomorrow.
La-ti-da, la-ti-da-ti-da-ti-da, la-ti-da.